In this video, we're going to look at the demonstrative pronoun ille. It can also be an adjective, and this is something I failed to mention in the previous video. Hic also serves as a demonstrative pronoun and can be a demonstrative adjective. If you look below, demonstrative pronouns point to specific things, this, that, these, those. For example, this is an apple, those are boys, etc. The same words are used as demonstrative adjectives when they modify nouns or pronouns. For example, this apple, those boys. So we have the noun apple. This apple gives us information about the noun apple, and so it's acting as an adjective. Here we have the paradigms, singular, plural, and let's put them to work. Number one, non poterit domus illa stare. Non poterit, he, she, it will not be able to. But then we have the verb stare, to stand. So we could take out the domus illa, non poterit stare. He, she, it will not be able to stand. But what are we talking about? We're talking about domus, the house. Illa, that house. Non poterit domus illa stare. That house will not be able to stand. Okay, so illa, there, that. And we see that it's feminine singular nominative. Okay? Dicit e Jesus Maria. Dicit e Jesus. Jesus says to her, Maria, conversa illa. Turning, conversa, turning around, illa. Illa, kind of, it's a little hard to translate. That feminine thing, that female person, turned, right? I think in English we would just say she turned, dicit, saying to him or says to him, turning, she says to him, Rabbi, okay? But we're focusing on illa, so conversa illa, so that female turned. That would kind of be a very, very rough and unpleasant translation. I think in English, pretty straightforward, she turned, okay? Decent mihi in illa die. Decent, they will say mihi, to me, in illa die. Now we have illa nominative singular. Notice that it's also ablative singular feminine. Okay, and then we have the preposition in there. So in illa die, in that day, they will say mihi, to me, domine, domine, nonne profitavimus. Nonne, did we not? Profitavimus, did we not prophesy? Right? Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy? In illa die, in that day. Number 4, in illo die, accesserunt ad eum. In that day, or that day, accesserunt, they came near ad eum, to him. Okay? They came near to him. In that day, in illo die. 5. Diabolus recessit ab illo. Recessit, to recede, to retreat. Diabolus, the devil, recessit, retreated, went away, ab, from illo. So we have the preposition ab there. I'm expecting to see it in the masculine ablative. There it is, ab illo. That is ab illo, ab, from that male, from that man, from that male thing. Okay? We would just translate it in English, the devil left him. The devil went away from him, something like that. Rex perdidit homicidas illus et civitatem illorum suscendit. Rex perdidit homicidas illos. So the king perdidit, it's from the verb perdo, to ruin, destroy. Homicidas, murderers, illos, those murderers. Okay, and if you look, accusative plural, masculine. So the king destroyed those murderers, homicidas illos, et civitatem illorum, and the city of them, or and their city, suscendit. and he burned their city, susendo, to set on fire. So look at illorum, genitive plural, okay? So their city, or the city of theirs, right, showing possession. Homicidas illos, those murderers, civitatem illorum, their city. Okay, number 7. Veniet, will come, Dominus servi illius, the Lord of that servant. So servi illius, of that servant. Okay, the Lord of that servant, veniet, will come. In die, qua non sperat. In die, so it will come in a day, qua non sperat, in a day that's not expected. Something like that. Okay, so veniet, will come, Dominus, Lord, serve illius, of that servant. So the Lord of that servant will come in die, in a day, qua non sperat, in a day that's not expected, in a day that's not anticipated. 8. Salva facta est mulier ex illa ora. Ex illa ora, from that time, from that moment. Salva facta est. Mulier, the woman, was healed, salva facta est, ex illa ora, from that time. And I'm expecting to see, following ex, I'm expecting to see ablative, and there it is, ablative singular. Okay? Let's see here, number 9. Et descendit pluvial, et eruerunt, that's a hard word to say, et eruerunt in domum illam, et fuit rena illius magna. Okay? So, and the rain came down, it descended pluvial, the rain came down, it this is a hard word, eruerunt, and destroyed that house. Domum illam, destroyed that house. Okay? And here we're looking at the accusative, because the house is receiving the action of being destroyed. Et fuit ruina illius magna. And the ruin of the house, that's kind of how we have to look at it, the ruin of that house was great. So that illius, referring back to the ruin of the house, genitive singular there. And the ruin of that house. So it's understood in illius that illius is referring back to that house. And you'll notice genitive singular is illius, illius, illius. Okay, number 10. Maledixerunt ergo et dixerunt. So maledixerunt, they cursed ergo so ergo, therefore, then, so, maledixerunt they cursed him, literally kind of they cursed to him, et dixerunt, and said, tu discipulus illius sis. Now, they're saying, we know from the context, they're saying, you are the son of the devil, right? You are the son of the devil. Tu discipulus illius sis. So, of that one, of that, referring to the devil. So, tu discipulus illius sis, you are the disciple of that. And then we have to figure out from the context what is the that, and the that is Satan. 11. Et exe angelus domini stetit juxta illos, et claritas Dei circumfulsit illus. Et ecce, or exe, and behold, angelus domini, the angel of the Lord, stetit, stood, juxta, next to, illos. Okay, and so we see illos, accusative plural, masculine. And so the angel of the Lord stood juxta preposition there requiring the accusative, stetit juxta illos. Okay, so an angel of the Lord stood next to them at claritas Dei, and sort of the light, the brightness of God, circumfulsit illos. So the light, the brightness of God sort of shone around them. And then we have illos again, accusative plural there. And so they're sort of surrounded by receiving the bright light that's shining all around them. Okay? 12. Ducebant illos ad eum. Ducebant illos ad eum. They were leading them to him. Ad eum, to him. Illos, them. Okay, and so we'd have to look at the context to know exactly who the illos is, but the illos is referring to multiple masculine things. Okay. 13. Et non erat conveniens testimonium illorum. Et non erat conveniens. Et non erat. He, she, it was not something. Okay. Et and non erat. Non is negative. Erat, he, she, it was. So something was not something. Something was not something. So what is that? Conveniens, from the verb convenio, meaning consistent, fitting, appropriate. So something wasn't fitting, something wasn't appropriate. What? The testimonium. So testimony was not fitting, was not appropriate. Illorum, the testimony of them. The testimony of those people. Testimonium illorum. And so there we have the genitive plural. Okay? So the testimony of them, the testimony of those people was not consistent. 14. Dixit autem ad illam. He said then to illam, to her. So, and the reason I say her is because illam is accusative singular feminine. So in this case, we're dealing specifically with a female. So Dixit, and here the context is Jesus, said autem. We would flip that around in the English translation. Then Jesus said, or then he said, ad illam, to her, remittuntur tibi peccata. That phrase is a little hard to translate directly into English. You've got to iron it out. But let's just focus on the ad illam. Dixit ad illam. Just isolate that phrase. Dixit ad illam. He, she, it said ad illam, to her. 15. Et exe, or et ecce, Jesus occurret illis dicens avete. Ille autem accesserunt, et tenuerunt pedis eius, et adoraverunt. And behold, et ecce, et exe, and behold, Jesus occurret illis. And Jesus comes up to them. Jesus comes up to them. Okay, and we see illis there, dative plural, Jesus comes up to them, descends, saying, avete, rejoice, be glad. Now this next one's interesting. Ille, here we have the nominative plural, feminine. Ille, autem, so then, ille, they, understanding that we're talking about females because it's nominative feminine. They, accesserunt, they came near to him. Et tenuerunt pedis eius, and they sort of grabbed hold of his feet. Pedis, feet, eius, his. They grabbed hold of his feet. Et adoraverunt, and they worshipped. Okay, so Jesus comes up to them. Occurret, Jesus comes up to them. Illis, Jesus comes up to those people. Illis, descends, rejoice, avete. Ille, those females then, accesserunt, they came near.